Is there a plan for Space Force to use Starlink satellites and XRP to liberate the planet from communication and financial oppression? Welcome to Cosmic Origins. My name is Jace. This new Space Force recruiting video that was just posted an hour ago directly mentions protecting and using banking in the space fighting war domain. Let's watch this video and then we'll jump into some other things that relate to it.
Our entire way of life depends on space. From banking to communication and navigation, space is closer than you think. And because space defines every battle, we must protect the high ground.
Okay, so he directly mentions banking. He says banking and communication and navigation. And let's listen to it one more time and listen to specifically the words that he uses.
From banking to communication and navigation, space is closer than you think. And because space defines every battle, we must protect the high ground.
Space defines every battle, so we must protect the high ground. So he's directly insinuating that banking is a battle that they're working on using space. Okay, so what does that have to do with everything else? Well, we know that SpaceX and Starlink are working together. The Space Force and Starlink are working together. SpaceX too. SpaceX is a government contractor, and Starlink, as a part of SpaceX, is also a government contractor. And the Space Force has launched multiple Starlink satellites with SpaceX into orbit. This year, there's been so many satellites that have been sent up, and in the past couple weeks alone, they've been launching huge amounts of satellites. If you've been paying attention, it's like weekly that they're sending up rockets with like 50 Starlink satellites at once. And right now we're seeing that Elon Musk is saying that he's going to use Starlink to free the Iranian people, basically, amid these protests that are happening against the religious state, and basically giving people internet, because there's massive amounts of internet oppression there. So in general, when we're talking about the internet going down or being controlled by a centralized, group of people who may be the 0.01%, Starlink is freeing people from that. It's going to give internet worldwide. It's going to provide a backup internet system so that if and when the main internet that we use right now goes down, that's based upon servers on the Earth, we're going to have satellites in space that are going to be able to take the job over, and these bad actors will not be able to do anything about it. In fact, here we see an article talking about David Schwartz commenting on Elon Musk, talking about Starlink in Afghanistan. And he specifically is commenting on this post where Elon Musk tweets that they can shake their fist at the sky, and he's referring to complying with Taliban regulations and how he would comply with Taliban regulations. And David Schwartz sarcastically says, "I wish I could take Elon's approach to regulatory compliance." So David Schwartz is, of course, the main cryptographer and creator behind the XRP ledger, which is another major part in this alliance and plan. So what it seems like is that the Space Force is going to be using Starlink satellites to not only provide unlimited and free access, not necessarily free subscriptions, but equal access to everybody, internet across the entire planet, where there won't be these oppressed websites and places now that are keeping people censored, right? So we have Twitter, Facebook, all these different platforms that are censoring people. And Elon is definitely outspoken about fixing this problem. And so that's where we introduce crypto and also Web3, but in particular, XRP. We have speculated that they are using the Starlink satellites as nodes, because there are nodes for XRP all around the planet, including in underground nuclear bunkers. And it's almost guaranteed that there are nodes on Starlink satellites. And if there aren't now, there definitely will be, because that is the best way to decentralize a network like XRP Ledger. You can do it in space and have equal access across the entire planet. You can have nodes on the surface and in space and underground to ensure maximum security. So Space Force seems to be the one that is sort of facilitating this plan, where they are working with XRP, with Starlink, to create financial and communication liberation for people across the planet. And I think that this post is extremely exciting, that they're mentioning banking directly. It's like this whole post was created to directly mention banking as a main part of what they're working on. So that's really exciting, and I'm excited to see how this all develops in the future. If you want to learn how to use XRP and really prepare for this new system, I've got a free training that you can click on in the description below. The free training is going to cover XRP and its role in this new financial system that SpaceX and Starlink are creating. It's going to talk about private wallets and how it's the most safe and secure way to store your wealth, because you don't want anyone freezing your money in the banks or in PayPal or any of these other centralized areas where you store your money. And also it'll talk about how you can generate multiple forms of passive income through decentralized finance. So we're talking about APYs up to 44%, which is way larger than the negative 1% APY that you're getting in the bank. So if you want to check that out, link in the description. And you can also work with me directly as well. There's an option to do that after the video. So thanks for joining. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.